What's up? It's Slick Reacts. We're back with Eminem and Sway's interview about Kamikaze, and this is part two. Let's get into it.
4 or 5, get on Shade 4 or 5. That was in response. So I seen him on the street once, and I didn't know he couldn't come up to Shade at that time. 4 or 5, and I said, "Man, come on up, man." And then I had to see him again and say, "Hey, man, I don't know what the shit is,
Yeah.
but until that gets cleared up, there's no way I can have you on there."
Yeah.
What's the shit with that? What happened?
Well, the shit is, just for the record, the thing that was going on that he was saying about my daughter, I didn't even know about that until like literally like a year and a half later.
Okay.
I wasn't, it never hit my radar. And then one day, you know, you go down the fucking wormhole of YouTube and whatever, right? So I see Machine Gun Kelly talks about Eminem's daughter, whatever, right? So what the fuck? Click on it. Like, yo, why is he? Then he starts doing a press run, basically, about Haley. I'm like, what the fuck? Yo, my man better chill, right? So that's not why I dissed him. The reason I dissed him is actually a lot more petty than that.
Okay.
The reason that I dissed him is because he got on. First he said, first when he said, I'm the greatest rapper alive since my favorite rapper banned me from Shade 45 or whatever he said, right? Like I'm trying to hinder his career. So I don't give a fuck about your career. You think I actually fucking think about you? You know how many fucking rappers that are better than you? You're not even in the fucking conversation. I don't care if you fucking blow or if you don't blow. It doesn't matter to me. But then when you get on Tech Nine's album and you start sending shots and people start hitting me up, yo, Machine Gun dissed you, he just dissed you, he dissed you. I'm like, I listen to it, I'm like, did he really diss me though? I keep listening to it. Y'all just rap, you not gods. And then somebody sends me a screenshot of his Twitter. And it says, had some shit to get off my chest. You just rap, you not God. Some shit like that. Yeah. And I was like.
A reference to the Rap God song?
Yeah. So I'm like, on the song he said, y'all just rap, you not gods. And on Twitter he said, you just rap, you not God. Had some shit to get off my chest. And I'm seeing, and by the way, this was on the heels of the freestyle he had just did about Shade 45. It's like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Now I'm in this fucking weird thing because I'm like, I gotta answer this motherfucker.
You didn't really have to though. You're Eminem. Like you don't have to answer to anybody.
And every time I do that, it makes that person as irrelevant as people say I am in hip hop. Yeah. I make them bigger by getting into this thing where I'm like, I want to destroy him, but I also don't want to make him bigger. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because now you're a fucking enemy. So I'll leave it at that. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do at this point right now because I'm still kind of waiting to see what.
You haven't heard his Rap Devil response?
No, I heard it.
What do you think of it?
It's not bad for him. He has some good lines in it.
Did y'all really call Interscope to try to shelve his?
Fuck no. I never made a fucking call.
Find your next customer with Facebook ads. Facebook ads.
Made a call to Diddy? Really? Yeah. I got Diddy's number. Just hit him up. Yo, Diddy, what up? Never happened. It didn't feel like a diss to me. It just felt like pitiful. I'm like, ah, fuck. Now I'm feeling bad for something I didn't even have to do with. So that's how that happened. So he made a reply to my reply. So regardless of what the fuck he wants to say, oh, it was from 6 years ago. Motherfucker, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Wait. I'm telling you the reason I dissed you now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna wait for a second just to see, because if people start firing off and I try to answer every fucking body that I dissed on Kamikaze or had words about, I'm gonna be going the next 5 fucking years making diss song after diss song. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
like,
You're gonna get hit though. Jessie Reyes is featured on this project. Young up and coming star. She's on 2 songs. How did you find Jessie Reyes?
I was coming home. I got home one night from a video shoot actually, and she was on TV. It was the Seth Meyers show, and she was doing that song Gatekeeper, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" Because her voice to me was so crazy. So I rewound it, and I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta check her out." So I went down the wormhole of looking up shit, and I was like, "Yo, I really want to fuck with this chick," because she. Right now, my personal opinion, I think she's gonna really blow up. That's my personal opinion. I've seen people, very talented people, not do that, but I think that I would put my money on her that she will absolutely be huge. But I don't even know if like necessarily in the pop world or anything like that. I don't
really know who Jessie Reyes is, and I believe this. So this interview was from 2018. I haven't really heard of who that girl is, or haven't heard her music blow or anything. So maybe he was wrong about that. I don't know.
I feel like she does pop music. I feel like she don't know if like necessarily in the pop world or anything like that. I don't feel like she does pop music. I feel like she comes from a real place and she writes her own shit. First time I got in the studio with her, I played her a couple beats and she just started writing to one right there. Laid a hook. Good Guy. I was like, oh shit.
So she wrote
She's
the hook.
quick. To Good Guy.
To Good Guy.
Yeah. The one she's singing at the end.
Yeah.
There's Nice Guy, Good Guy.
Good Guy.
And the reason that happened is because, oddly enough, she had already had a song called Nice Guy. She had that song, right? So I think that was the last day I was in LA. I came back home and wrote to that one. And then I was like, I want to write to the other one too, but they're both saying Nice Guy, Good Guy. And I was like, fuck it, I'll make it like it's kind of one song.
Dre's all over this project?
Dre's input is all over it, for sure. He felt like me and him had a couple discussions about the last album, and one of the things that he said to me was, like, he hit me up one day, he was like, yo, I don't like how motherfuckers are talking about your album. And he had heard Revival, right?
Yeah.
Him and Jimmy Iovine had sat in there and listened to most of the songs I had done at Rick Rubin's studio. And based off that reaction, I think Dre was a little confused too when that happened with Revival. Probably not more so than me, but we had a conversation earlier in the year, and I think I had only had one song by that time. This was like January.
Yeah.
I had the one song and was thinking about releasing it, and then wrote another song. When I got back to Detroit, recorded it. Like, okay, now I got 2 songs. I might as well do a fucking album. And that's kind of how that came about. But Dre also, there's a couple songs that he kind of deaded them just because he didn't have a good reaction to them, and he also felt like one of them was going a little far.
A song?
Hey, man.
What does that mean? Like, how far did it go?
It definitely went too far.
When you say go too far, I feel like Kamikaze
I want to hear it. I want to hear it. What is it? Put it out.
was the place where if you were ever going to... when you say go too far, I feel like Kamikaze was the place where if you were ever going to go so-called too far, this is where it would be. You did the BET verse for the rap cipher, and in it, you covered a lot of content that was relevant to the world we live in today that some folks want to sweep under the rug, and this is my own personal opinion. Conversations
They're talking about the Trump freestyle.
we have every day on Shade 45 on Sway in the Morning. We talk about, the injustice, policies, prejudice. We talk about discrimination, all of these different things. whether or not we're in the middle of a race war that is trying to be perpetrated by people in power. Not a war in the sense where people are going to pick up guns and shoot at, well, maybe, shit.
Right.
But in terms of psychologically, the whole nine. So when you did that verse on the BET cipher, what I thought why it was necessary, King Crooked had a song called I Can't Breathe, where he talks about, man, we can't just be the only ones saying this.
White rappers shouldn't stay quiet.
White rappers shouldn't stay quiet.
I can't tell you how hard that line hit me. It was to the point where I'm like, this is how strong I feel about something. I gotta put it in the right words, you know? And I saw shit where it was like, oh, these are not new subjects, they're new to Eminem, and you know, that kind of shit.
How did you respond to that reaction? You got backlash for that, you know, especially when you.
I got backlash for the Trump cipher, and
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is. At least when this shit is all said and done, maybe I can just be on the right side of history. But you got people dissecting the bars and going, oh, this shit is trash, it's not even that good, and like, that's not what it's about. You're missing the whole point. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to say this also to my fan base who might have voted for him. A lot of people in my fan base probably did. And at the time I did the cipher, I realized after it was all said and done that maybe I should have just attacked him.
When you said you drew that line in the sand, maybe you should have not done that. You should have reworded it and showed empathy towards.
Well, that's what I realized after I was done. That's
We gotta check out that freestyle.
kind of how I felt, because it's like, okay, this is backfiring on me, and I don't care. I don't give a fuck if that's what happened and hurt my sales. I don't.
Trading. It's no longer just for suits.
I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I care about the message I'm trying to convey.
Why you felt a need to stand up though? What was that for you as Marshall? What made you decide?
Because I was just watching it every single day. I watch a lot of news, right?
Yeah.
The thing that pissed me off the most, that really set me off when I started going crazy with the pen, because I'm like, the Kaepernick thing. And when that shit happened and how he kept changing the narrative and kept changing the narrative. You fucking, I don't want to get into this whole Trump thing anymore, but.
Well, you mentioned at the end of the ringer, Agent Orange sending a Secret Service to your house. Did the Secret Service really come to your house after that?
They came to my studio, yeah.
Okay.
And they were just basically asking me questions about my lyrics to see what the intent was behind them, and if I was making a actual threat or just expressing myself. So
that really happened. Wow, that's crazy. Right now, what we're seeing too, because Colin Kaepernick was named the face of Nike's 30th anniversary of Just Do It. You saw that, right? And then you got a whole slew of people that are now burning Nike shoes and Nike
I saw that.
products.
It's infuriating.
Yeah, what do you think?
Infuriating.
Yeah.
Like, really? Nike supports people who kneel for the anthem. At this fucking point, come on. Seriously? Seriously? You gotta be a fucking moron to think that that's just what it's about and it's that fucking cut and dry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a meaning behind this shit and there's real pain behind this shit. And you're burning a fucking pair of shoes?
I'm sorry I'm not talking too much during this interview. I'm letting the man tell the story, so.
When you go about your fucking day and you got your job and you're thinking about all this other shit, that's what really fucking bothers you? People ain't gonna stop watching football. They're just not.
Yeah.
Football to me is the best sport there is. And what draws you to the game should not be, if that's how you feel about your country and you feel like you should stand for the anthem, stand for the anthem. That's fine. But you also need to realize that this is America and people have died for these rights to be able to protest and to be able to take a knee. Stop making it fucking personal about yourself. You have nothing to do with this.
I agree. We got to get back to Tyler, the Creator, man. I'm a big fan of Tyler's, you know, and
We're gonna pick up where they start talking about Tyler in part 3. So make sure you tune in for part 3 of the Eminem and Sway Kamikaze interview. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.